Hi friends, I am Riju and today we are planning to discuss the topic Azure Virtual WAN. So what is the learning object today we are planning to discussing? Hub and spoke limitation and Virtual WAN concept and Virtual WAN component and Virtual WAN SKU types and demo how to we can create the Virtual WAN configuration in the Azure portal. So we will go for our learning objective. So first we will discuss for the hub and spoke. You already know how to we can create the hub and spoke architecture. So hub and spoke architecture means customer will be manage virtual network, create and hub and spoke network. So here you can see when you create the hub and spoke architecture, you need to create your VPN gateway, you need to create your local network gateway connections and your UDR route and everything you need to manually you need to create. It's not like a automations. So and also you have some limitations in the hub and spoke architecture. So what is the limitation? They are only supporting for the 500 spokes network due to the VNet peering quota limitations, and also maximum number of site-to-site VPN tunnel support only for the 100 in the VPN gateway, and also there are limitation for 120.2 site connections and 10,000 for the IPv1 and OpenVPN connection. So this type of limitation is available for the creation of hub and spoke architecture. So how to we can overcome this limitation? The Azure will be implement for the virtual WAN connections. So we will go for the virtual WAN connections. So what is virtual WAN connection? So here you can see one diagrammatic representation. You have VNet 1, VNet 2 and you have head office and branch office and remote user office. So you can see here the diagrammatic. So different connectivity, the head office you need to connect and branch office you need to connect, and the remote user site to site is like express route connections or point to site connection or site to site connection. So different connectivity. So you can see all the connection combine all the network security and routing functionality into single operation interface. So you can see this all the connection you need to connect from here to here, here to here, everything connection. It will be going to a single connectivity. So here you can see your Azure Virtual WAN will be implemented. Once you implement it, your all the connection will be coming in the one single space. You can see here your all the connections site to site, point to site, and every connection will be coming in the one single hub, single operation interface. So here you can see the example branch connectivity, site to site connectivity, remote user connectivity and private connectivity. So simply you understand the concept. Your all the connection will be coming in the one single interface operations. So it's very you can easily manage and automate it. So what is the advantage of using virtual WAN? Integrate connectivity solution in hub and spokes and automated site-to-site configuration connection between on-premises site and Azure hub, and connect your virtual network and workload to Azure hub seamlessly, and you can see the end-to-end flow within the Azure. So now you understand what is the concept of Azure Virtual WAN. So you can compare what the hub and spoke architecture and Azure Virtual WAN. So the difference you now understand. We will go for Azure Virtual WAN component. So there are different components available for the Azure Virtual WAN. We need to discuss the main components. First you need to know about the Virtual WAN. What is a Virtual WAN? Virtual WAN is overlay of your Azure network and service deployment, manage and monitoring resource of the connecting network. And virtual WAN are isolated from each other and cannot contain the common hub. So this is your Azure network and this is your virtual WAN. This is the common network overlay. So then you can see here virtual WAN hub. So what is a virtual WAN hub? Microsoft managed virtual network and central point of connectivity. So this architecture you can see this diagrammatic. You have already the virtual WAN. So virtual WAN have the region 1 and region 2. You can create the virtual hub connection, hub 1 and hub 2, the different region. So multiple virtual hub can create the same region. You can create the multiple virtual hub in the same region also. And here you can see the virtual WAN connection. So all the connectivity will be passing through your various connection type are the vWAN hub is supported, and express route, site to site, point to site and virtual network connection will be connected to your virtual WAN hub. So now you understand what is the basic component inside in the Azure Virtual. You need to import virtual WAN hub and the virtual WAN connections. So next we will go for the virtual WAN SKU type. There are two SKU type is available, standard and basic. Once you create the virtual WAN, you need to carefully choose your virtual WAN types. Okay. first one is the basic virtual WAN. Only support for the site-to-site VPN connection. The basic only supporting for the site-to-site VPN connection in the single hub. And standard virtual WAN, you can say the standard virtual WAN, it will be support all the connectivity operation across the multiple hubs. They will support for the site-to-site, point-to-site, and express route. Everything will be support for the virtual WAN, and its fee will hourly base fee and every hubs. So can I change my virtual WAN type after the deployment? Yes, you can configure, upgrade the basic WAN to standard, but you cannot downgrade standard to VNet. So you can upgrade from basic to standard, and you cannot downgrade standard to basic. So here you can see the difference, the capability. You can see in the table the basic vWAN and standard only the common site-to-site VPN only supported. So remaining all will not support for our basic VPN, express route, point-to-site, VNet to VNet, VPN and express route, Azure Firewall, NBA, full mesh hub will not support. But the price tag, hub fee and VNet, this will be free for in the basic vWAN, and the standard vWAN per hours and per GB they will take the charges. So now you understand which SKU type you needed to choose, and depends on your application deployment. Next we will discuss for the Azure Virtual WAN configuration demo. So we need to develop the configuration in our Azure portal, so you can easily understand. So whatever the task we will creating for in the portal, first we need to create the virtual WAN. So here virtual WAN. The task 2 we need to create for our hub. Then task 3 we need to create our VNet. Then we need to connect our VNet to our hub. Task 4 we need to create site-to-site connection from the hub to our on-premises networking. And then task 5 point-to-site configuration, we will create our point-to-site configuration. So we will go for our Azure portal. So we will create each and task in, then you can easily understand. Hi friends, now we reach our Azure portal. So we need to implement our virtual WAN. So I will show you how we can implement the virtual WAN. So we need to create our step 1, creating the virtual WAN. So before creating the virtual WAN, we just create the resource group. So just go for creating. Here I will create the resource group name Azure Demo V1. Then East US. Then after that next review and create. So now we create our resource group. Then after that we will go for creating our virtual WAN. So resource group creation is completed. So just we need to go for the virtual WAN. Just type here virtual WAN. You can see here virtual WAN. Just click the virtual WAN. So after that just click create the virtual WAN. So here we need to choose our previously create the resource group Azure Demo V1. Then East US same, and here we need to enter the virtual WAN name V1. Demo. Then type, you can see here before I select, if you select your type standard and basic. Basic only support for site to site, so I need to standard. So we need to support for the point to site, VNet to VNet connection and everything. So I just choose for the type standard. Then after that review and create. So they will running the validation. Then validation pass, just click the create. So now we create our virtual WAN. So first task we completed, creating the virtual WAN. So what is our next task? We will check now. So here we complete our creating the task 1 virtual WAN. So next task we need to create the virtual hub. So now our virtual WAN deployment is succeeded. So we will just go for our virtual WAN. So here you can see your virtual WAN. Just click the virtual WAN. So we need to understand the basic things I will explain for you. So here this is the overview for your virtual WAN, and here you can see your active logos. So when you are creating your deploy the virtual WAN, here is the access control. You can give the permission to the user who need to access and you need to manage this virtual WAN. and this one configuration. So here you can see whatever the configuration before we are done. Virtual WAN type standard and connect hub 2 is enabled and branch connectivity also enabled. So here you can see your properties of your virtual WAN, and here if you need to lock this resource you can also try to lock from here. And this portion is your connectivity portion. Here you can see your hub connections and VPN site connection is represented for your on-premises connectivity site to site, and here is you can point to site connection user VPN configuration. Here you can see your express route circuits, and here you can see your virtual network connection. So virtual network connected to your hub network. Okay, so each one we will discuss for the step by step. So first we need to create for our hub connectivity. Just click the hub connectivity. Then we need to create new hub. So here subscriptions and resource group previously we created. Just click that one. All automatically that's chosen. Then here we need to give the East US, and then we need to give the name of our hub, hub 01. And here you need to give a hub private address space. So just I will go for 10.19.0. or 10.0/24. So its requirement for depends on you. You can give the hub private address space. Then virtual hub capacity. This is represent the capacity of your virtual hub. So here you can see the two routing infrastructure, 3 Gbps throttle speed you will get it, and support for the 200 virtual network in the networking. Okay, this hub connectivity, and also you can be scale up. Each scale up will be coming from the 1 GB throttle speed will be up, and it will be 1000 VM will be upgraded for each. You can see here 3 routing infrastructure, 3 GBs, and support for the 3000 virtual machines. And next one 4 routing infrastructure, and it will be give the maximum speed 4 GBs router and support for the 4000. So up to you can see the 15 routing, 15 GBs route, and support for the 15 virtual machine. So depends on your capacity. You can provide for the your architecture. You can provide whatever the routing configuration. You can give the virtual hub capacity. So currently I just go for the 2 routing infrastructure unit and 3 GBs throttle speed, and supporting for the 2000 virtual machine. So just select our virtual hub capacity. So hub routing preference, you need to give the what the routing preference you need, express route or VPN or ASPA. I just currently go for the VPN. Then after that you need to click for the next site to site. So here you can see site to site, point to site, express route on tag. You can create here if you need to create from here. Otherwise you can skip the steps. You need to create the later for your configuration. Just I will later, I will skip everything. Then review and create. So now the validation is passed. So now only I creating for our hub. I will not create for the site to site, point to site or anything. Just only creating for the site to only creating for our virtual hub. Just after that just click create. So it take around 30 minutes for the completions. So after the installation deposition will be completed, we will come back. So now we complete our task 2. We create our virtual hub. So now your deployment is succeeded. So just we will go for our virtual WAN. Then we will click the VN demo. Then after that we just go for our connectivity hub. So you can see you created hub 01 is already succeeded. Just click hub 01. So here you can see your names, and this is the normal overview for the routing, update routing latest version and routing status provisioning. You can change here status provisioning, provisioned, and status is failure. It will be showing here routing status, and here abandoned status is succeeded, and you whatever the IP address you prefer give the that address space 10.90.10.0 is all showing here. And this connectivity part you can see this is your site to site VPN connectivity. You need to configure from here. Express route here also you need to configure, and user VPN, this one is the point to site VPN configuration. Then one routing internet and internet policy. There are 2 policies available. one for the internet traffic and one for the private traffic. I will discuss for this one. So here you can see internet hub routing, internet and policy. Each virtual WAN hub have one internet traffic routing policy and one private traffic routing policy for the each with next hop resource. There are one traffic routing policy for the each hub routing internet policy. So first one internet traffic routing policy means the virtual WAN hub will forward your internet bounded traffic to the Azure Firewall. So whatever your internet traffic will be forwarded to the Azure Firewall for the next hop address. Third party security provider specified the routing policy. So next one, private traffic routing policy means virtual network traffic in and out of the virtual WAN hub, including the inter hub traffic, will be forwarded to the next hop Azure Firewall. So what is the internal traffic? Example, you need to connect from your internal one virtual machine to another virtual machines. The traffic will be passing for not directly, it will be traffic for the next hop address in the virtual Azure Firewall. Then traffic will be passing for your next virtual machines. So that when there are two internet policy, one for internet traffic routing policy and one for the private traffic routing policy. So you can see here internet traffic. You can see here you need to select your Azure Firewall, and next hop address you need to create for the hop address for your Azure Firewall. Here also private traffic also you can select for the Azure Firewall, and here you can select your next hop address. So now you understand the routing internet routing policy also. So here you can see your BGP pair, you unsave it. BGP peering, whatever the currently we don't have the BGP peering, so once the BGP peering will be created, here you will come in the peer address. So then this one is the routing table. Whatever routing tables will be created, it will be showing for here. There are two routing tables available for in the hub virtual network. We will discuss for that one now. There are two route tables available for the two built-in router table available for the each virtual hub. One for the default route table, another one the non-route table. What is the default route table? It automatically associates with the VPN express route and user VPN connections, and all route learned from these connections are propagated to the default route table. So simple things. This all when you create for your route in the hub, so they automatically create for the two route table, one for the default route table and one for the non-route table. The default route table, all the route will be propagated for the default route table is defaultly connected to the your connections, VPN site to site and express routes. So then non-route table is prevent the propagation. They don't want to propagate for the each route for your connectivity. They prevent the propagation to the route lane from the connection to the other route table, and connection is associated with the non-route table. A route learned from the connection will not be added to any other route table, including by the default route table. So they will not read any learn from any route table, but default route table will be propagated for the route for the tables, but non-route table will not be propagated. So it's if you put your route is non-routable table, they prevent the propagations. So here you can see we already previously discussed the route table, default and non-route table. So now you understand what is the hub 01. So we need to check what is our next task. So just we will go for our task. So here you can see this one is our task 3. We need to create VNet, and we need to deploy our one VM, and we need to connect the vWAN to the hub. So next step, we need to create the VNet, and we need to connect our virtual net to our VNet hub. So how we can do this one? So just we will go for creating our VNet, then click the virtual network. So just to create one virtual network. So here you can see this. We need to select our resource group previously created, RJ demo, and here you need to give the name of your VNet 01. Okay, then region is same. Then we will click next, and here we need to give the IP address. So I just go for 10.20. then def. So I just add the subnet, just click the subnet. So here we need to give the name of our subnet, subnet 01. Then here we need to give the starting IP address. I just go for 10.30. So size is 24. Then click, then next, next. Then just click create. So now we need to create our virtual network VNet. So after that, what we will do, we need to connect our VNet to our virtual one. So how to we can do this one? First we need to complete the deployment. Then after that we will go for our virtual one. So deployment is progress. It take little bit time. Virtual network deployment is completed. So just we will go for our virtual network. So here you can see your. So here our deployment is completed. So what we will do, we need to connect this virtual network for our virtual WAN. So how to we can do, just go for virtual WAN, then click the vWAN demo, then go for the virtual network connection, just click the virtual network connections. So here you need to give your add connection. So how to we can give, just we will waiting for the loading. So whatever the virtual network will be connected here, they will display here. So just waiting for the little time to complete. You need to create for the add connection. Then here you need to give the name of your VNet connection. Then connect VNet 01. Then here you need to select your hub, which hub you want to connect, hub 01. And here you need to select your resource group, data, and here you need to select your virtual network previously created, VNet 01. So here they will mention propagate to none. So if you want to propagate your VNet IP to the route table, so just we need to propagate, just click propagate, and which table, route table you need to associate it. We previously discussed default and none. If you click default, then the route will be propagated for the your default route table. Then after that you need to give your static route anything, just to give the static route by next hop address you can give here. Bypass the network IP or workload with no. Propagate the static route, yes. Just click create. So now what happened, we will add our virtual network connection to our hub 01. So just take a little bit time to complete it. So we will waiting for the peering completed. So now you can see you are successfully adding for the your virtual network connection. So just to refresh. So here you can see your virtual network connection is here, VNet 01, connection name, and connection is provision is successful and connected. And routing configuration also here. So now our virtual network connection is completed. So we complete our task 3. We create our VNet, and we already create our VNet, and currently I don't deploy the VM. Finally I will deploy the VM. So connect VNet to vWAN hub. Already we connect our VNet to vWAN hub. So we complete our task 3 also. Then we now go for the task 4. What is the task 4? We need to create the site to site, and we need to site to site configurations, and we need to connect our on premises network to our virtual WAN hub. So what we will do, we now go to our portal, then we will deploy our site to site connection. So how to we can do this one? So here you can see the VPN site to site connectivity. Just click the VPN site to site connectivity. Then here you need to create your VPN gateway. It's around 30 minutes to complete it, but just click create VPN. Then here you can see this is the BGP peer number 6551. So here autonomous system number, which is uniquely identify the site on the internet. Then after that you need to give the scale unit. So whatever the scale unit you need, just click one scale unit only 500 Mbps into 2. So each device will be 500 into 500. So total you get 1000 Mbps. So here you can see 2 scale unit. You can provide 2 scale unit. Each will be get 1 GBs. Okay. So currently I go for the 500 MB scale unit. So just so here you can see the routing preference. You can route from your Microsoft networking or you can route from your internet. So now you need to select your routing preference. So Microsoft network routing or internet routing preference. So I will discuss for that one also. So just I will show you the PowerPoint. So virtual WAN routing preference. So what is the virtual routing preference? Azure routing preference enable you to choose how to your traffic route between the Azure and the internet. So there are two type of routing preference available. Route for the Microsoft global network, route for the ISP network. So what is the Microsoft network routing? Increase the traffic will be passing through the your remote Azure service. Example, your Azure service is here, so user needed to connect for the your Azure service. The traffic will be first reach for the your ISP, that ingress traffics. So then after that they will check near to the Microsoft POP, closest to the POP network, because the point-to-point network for the Microsoft global network. So they will enter for that network, then the traffic will be passing to the Microsoft global network to reach over the Azure service. Same like also the Azure traffic will be egress traffic will be traffic travel most of the journey with the Microsoft global network and exist closer to the net user. So here the response will be coming same like the Microsoft global network and then reach to the Microsoft POP closer to the user. So here they will exit, then they will go to the local ISP, then reach the customer. So this the traffic will be most time traffic pass to the your Microsoft global network, that is the Microsoft network routing. So what is the ISP network routing? There is a public internet. The traffic enter the Microsoft network that is closest to the hosted service region. So here you can see customer needed to request for accessing your resources, but the traffic will be mostly passed to the your ISP network, then reach the closest point of Azure service area. So example here they will reach for the closest area, then they will enter the Azure service. Before you can see every time the traffic will be passing through the Microsoft global network. Now every time the traffic will be passed to the ISP network. Same time the egress traffic also same. The traffic will be returned back. Then they will exit from the closest point of the Azure service area. Then the traffic will be passing most of the time in the ISP network. Then reach to the customer. So now you understand what is the virtual WAN routing preference. So now you understand what is the Microsoft routing preference. I select for the Microsoft network routing preference. Then I just click create. So it take around 13 minutes. So I just waiting for the completion. VPN gateway successfully completed. So you can see here your VPN gateway provisioning status is succeeded. So next step we need to create our site. So how do we can create? Just click the VPN site. Then here you can see you need to create your VPN site. So what is the site means? Site is represent for your physical locations, and site contain your on premises VPN device endpoint, and you can create your multiple site up to 100 site per virtual hub in the virtual WAN. So you understand what is site is represent for the your physical location, because if you have the on premises location, that the site is represent for your on premises location. So we need to give the configuration of our on premises location. So I just explained to you what is my on premises configuration. If you not watch my previous video, you can go to watch my previous video, the site to site connectivity. So everything is explained. I just give the small introduction from here. Just I will go for my physical location. So here you can see this one VMware. So I just host one Sophos and one for the Windows server. So Windows server you can see here my Sophos connectivity 172.16.16, and here port A it's like LAN, and port B I configure like a 1. Okay, so what is my public IP address? So I just my public IP address, I just copy this public IP address also, because I need to configure from our site. So just I will go for again our portal. So here we need to create our VPN site. Just click create VPN. So here you need to give your region and name, whatever the name you need to enter. Just go for creating the name. I just site 01. Okay, then device vendor is Sophos. I just enter the Sophos. So here what is the address space you need to enter. So currently the LAN address space, currently my network is 172.16.16.0/24. Okay, next you need to click the link. Here you need to enter the link name. Just enter whatever the link name you need. Link on-prem. Okay, link speed, whatever speed, we will select 15. Okay, Mbps. So we will enter 15 MB. Link provider. So who is provider? My provider is, my network is Mobily. So I just enter the Mobily network. Link IP address means your public IP address of your network. Just I will copy my public IP address before I show you the public IP address. So here link BGP address. BGP address means your on premises BGP address. Just we need to find out my on premises I configured for firewall portal. Then here you can go for BGP, routing BGP. Just go for BGP. So here router ID I just 192.168.208.227. So where do I just go for my Sophos. Then I will enter the this is my LAN port 172.16.16. Yeah, 192.168.128.227. So just I will add IPv4 gateway for my WAN 192.168.163. So now we need to come the BGP. So we need to enter the router ID. So just I will go for my Sophos configuration 192.168.128.227, 192.168.120.63. I just changed 192 our gateway address for the LAN 128.168.128.63. 128.128.63. So as local AS number 605510. Okay, then just click apply, then click OK. So now I give my right ID for my WAN gateway address. So you can see here port B is physical and the zone is WAN. So I just give the gateway address for the WAN 192.168.128.63. So here also then apply. So we need to copy this one. Copy. Then just go for your configuration. Link BGP address. So this one. Then we need to give the ASN number. What is our ASN number? 6510. Just to copy that one, 6510. So just to paste it here, 6510. So now we completed link name, link speed, link provider name, and link IP address, and link BGP IP address, and link ASN. After that, next review. Then just click create. So now what happened? We create our site BGP. Okay. So after deployment will be completed. It take little bit time. I pause my video. After complete, I will come back. So now our deployment is succeeded. You can see here our deployment is succeeded. So just to go to the resources. So here you can see your deployment is completed. Resource group, RJV demo, and provider and address space also here. And you can show your active logos also. You can see here, and access control and log also. So what we will do, we just go for again our virtual WAN, then VM demo. Then we just go for our configuration. Just click hub. Then just click your VPN site. Then here you need to remove your hub associate connected to this, because this filter, just to clear the filter. So now you can see this is I created the site. So site 01, So location is US cloud provider, and you can see link not connected to the link. So we need to create to our link for connected for the on premises. So how to we can do this one? So just go for BGP peers first. So we need to configure our BGP peers in our remote on premises network. So what we will do, we just copy this IP address for BGP peer IP address. So just going to your virtual network. Then here we need to enter our neighbor remote address. So just delete this one. So neighbor. So BGP peer, we just go for add our neighbor. Our IP address 10.9 and remote AXN. We need to choose our remote ASN. So copy this ASN number. Just paste it. Then save. So now we configure our remote ANS also. The network is okay. So what happened? We configure our neighbors, then network. This is you can give your on premises network 172.16.0. If you need to change. Currently I will just go for edit. Just give it to 16 because our on premises LAN network 24. Then save it. So now we make our routing for BGP. So we enter our BGP peer IP address of Azure Virtual Network site 10.90, 10.16, and we enter the remote ASN. And also we need to configure our network in the LAN network internal. So 172.16.60/0/24. Okay. So now what happened? We complete our routing configuration. So after that we needed to create our site-to-site VPN. So how to we can create the site-to-site VPN? Just click the site-to-site VPN. So we needed to configure our site-to-site VPN. Just we needed to edit because this one I previously created. So we needed to just enter the small modification. If you not watch my previous video, please watch my previous video. We can get the more idea. So I just go for the same connectivity. Just I will edit only this interface. Just edit the interface. So here the name you give Azure VPN and dual, and I will just go for the connection type tunnel interface. So just we need to give the gateway type respond only. The authentication pre-shared key, I need the pre-shared key from the Azure, and here profile Azure Microsoft AK version 2. And here gateway IP address, we need to give the public IP address of our virtual WAN gateway. Then we need to enter. So what we will just go for the now our site. We need to configure our site-to-site VPN. So just we will again coming in here. So what we will do? We need to site-to-site. Just go to VPN site again. Then just remove this clear fixture. Then click this one connect. Then we need to connect the VPN site. Just click connect the VPN site. Then after that we need to enter the pre-shared key, just ABC123. Okay, whatever the pre-shared key you can give it, but currently I just give for the pre-shared key ABC123. Then protocol IP and IPsec default. If you need to custom, you can edit. And propagate default route, yes, I need to propagate. I just, if you don't want, just disable it. User policy based traffic, I don't want. And configure traffic selection is no. Connection mode, default, initial, and up. Currently I will just go for default. And this site will be connected to the hub 0. Yes, the site will be connected. Just click connect. So now we create our VPN connection from on premises to our Azure VPN. Okay, so just we will waiting for the connection will be completed. Just waiting for the connection completed. After that we will configure our on premises the VPN client. Okay, site to site VPN connection. So now you can see here our VPN create connection is successfully. So what is the next step? We need to download our VPN site configuration. So how to we can see? Just click download. Just click download the configuration. So after the configuration create, they will initialize the deployment. Okay, just waiting for the initialize the deployment. So deployment is succeeded. Just close it this one. So click to here download, just click download, then you can see here, then open, double click, open the notepad just once. So here you can get your configuration. So what we need the public IP address. So how do we can find out the public IP address? So this one site, this is your own premises BGP ASN 650. So we need to connect our on-prem. Then this is US connection 10.20 our VPN Virtual WAN Gateway configuration, and this is your public IP address. So you can see here instance 01 and instance. We just copy that public IP address. Just copy. Then we need to go for our configuration, our on-premises. Then just then here we need just click site to site. We need to configure our site to site. So just we need to change our pre-shared key before ABC123. Before you created that pre-shared key, just put ABC123. Then after that we need to give your gateway IP address, public IP address of your gateway. We copy one to just same like this, copy here also. Okay, after that we need to give the port it's okay. We need to give a local ID. So we need to go for our software 190 to IPv gateway 190 to 168 128.63. Just go 190 to 168 dot, just again 128.63 128.63 128.63. So now we just after that you just save it. So you can know we will give the pre-shared key and we will get the gateway IP address for the public IP address also in the virtual WAN VPN gateway. So then after that we needed to enter our local network gateway, our WAN port configuration, and here we will get the gateway address. So just after that just click save, then click OK. So now active the connection. We will check the IPsec connection is successfully. So just we need to click connect OK. So now you can see here IP secure connection has been successfully. So now you can establish your site to site VPN configuration. So we need to configure our network again. So just we will go for our tunnel interface. So just click the tunnel interface. So here we need to enter and we need to give IP virtual network mask. So this we will get from previously I configured the IP network. You can watch my site to site. So just I will give the 179.255.0.14. So after that we need to create our routing. So just to go for the static routing, just add your static routing. So just enter, so add your static routing, just enter the destination IP address. So just to give the your BGP peer IP address. So just we will go for network again. So here you can see your BGP peer IP address instant 10.0.30. Just to copy that one. Just to paste here. Then we will go for 32. Then select interface, then click save. And also I will enter the additional IP address 10.11. We will go for overview. VPN site, clear the finisher. So here still we not connected, so just we will waiting for the connection. Link is already successful. So just I need to virtual network. Ten dot just this. Just I will add. I also need to connect for our network IP address also. Then go for interface. Then save it. Edit this. Now you can see here your connection is successfully connected. So what is our next step? We need to test for this connectivity. So how to we can test this connectivity? So we need to create one virtual machine in our previously created VNet. Then we need try to remote desktop through our on-premises network to our virtual network in the VNet. So just we will go for our virtual machine. Then just click create one virtual machine. Then here the same resource group. Then here VM04, the VNet. Okay. Then is okay. Availability zone, no need availability zone. Just go for Windows Server. Then trust no standard. Windows Server Data Center Edition. The remaining all steps same. Okay, I will allow the RDP. Next disk, networking, management, monitoring. Networking, we need to select our virtual network VNet 01. It's okay. Then subnet also subnet 01. Okay. Next review and create. So now we create one virtual network. So what is our step? We need to ping this from on premises to our virtual machine. Just to create. So it take little bit time. We will just waiting for the completion. Now you can see here deployment is completed. So I just go for our virtual machine. So here the virtual machine completed. So just copy that virtual machine private IP address. So just go for, this is your virtual machine private IP address. So just copy here. Then I just go for my own premises. Then I just open remote desktop connection. So just I will paste the same address. Then I will add the username. Then I will try to connect. So now you can see you can connect from 1020 from your on premises network. Then enter your password. Then click OK. So you can see VM01 net. You can see this is your Azure Virtual Network VM. Okay. Then click yes. You can see here secure remote connection is processed. See now the remote connectivity is working. So now you can understand you connect from your on premises network to your Azure Virtual Network VM. Okay, from your site to site VPN using in the virtual WAN connection. Okay, so now you understand how to configuration for the site to site VPN connection for the Azure Virtual WAN. So now the we already connectivity is successfully. So what is our next step? We will go for our task now. So we will check what is the next task. Create our site to site VPN and configuration, and also we ping from here to our site to site VPN connection from our network. So what is our next task? We need to create the point to site configuration. Okay, so we will go for the task 5, creating the point to site configuration. So just we will go for again our portal. Now we reach our Azure portal. We need to create our point to site configuration. So how to we can configure the point to site configuration? So now we need to go for our virtual WAN again. So just click the VN demo. Then after that we just go for the user VPN configuration. Just click user VPN configuration. Then just click create. Then here enter the VPN name. So I just enter S2 point to site P to ES connection. Okay. Then after that IPsec. What is the tunnel type you need? So I just go for open VPN because I need to select for the Azure Active Directory Microsoft Intra authentication. So here you can see we can get Azure certification, Radius authentication, and Azure Active. So whatever the point to site authentication you need, you select. I just go for Azure Active Directory. So just one, then click S. Then here you need to create your audience ID and issuer and ADTN. So how to we can get this one? If you not watch my previous video, please watch my previous video. I already explained how to we can create the point to site VPN configuration, but I will show you now. Just to go for Azure point to site VPN Azure AD authentication. So just click authentication. So first step we need to authorize the Azure VPN application. So how to we can authorize the Azure VPN application? The authorization user need the global administrator role. So we need to then after that you need to copy this IP URL. So I just copy. I just paste here. Then after that you need to give your global administration user. Okay, so I just go for my global administrator. So then after that you need to accept. So just I accepting. So just I will go for checking my enterprise application. I just go for my Microsoft Intra ID. Then I will go for my enterprise applications. See, now we authorize our Azure VPN. So after that you just click Azure VPN. Then you can give, this is your application ID, is your audience ID. Okay, you can type the application ID is your authorization Azure VPN enterprise application in your Azure AD. So just we will go for downside. So here you need the application ID of Azure VPN Microsoft. So just go for copy that application ID, then paste it here. So then issuer. So who is issuer? Just copy the same STC Windows and your directory ID. So here you can see issuer. You need to copy this URL, then paste it here. Then you need to enter your tenant ID. Then after that add tenant also for tenant like this, copy like this. Just paste here. Then you need to copy the tenant ID. Then paste. Then go for next user. If you have choose any user group to only the user group need to connect here, you can enable that user group. So I just go for review and create. Then after that create. So now you can see here user point to site VPN configuration is completed and connection configuration unknown, address pool is unknown, status is unsigned and type. So how and hub we unassociate now we not connect our hub. So we need to connect with our hub. How do we can do? Just go for hubs. So here we need to select your hub 01. Then after that you just go for point to site. Then create your user VPN gateway. So here you need to choose your gateway scale type 1 unit. Okay. Then here you need to point to site server configuration. You already configure. So still P2 connection, just select it, and routing interface you just go for Microsoft network. Okay, then remote, user remote currently I don't want. Then we need to create our address pool. So here we need to configure our address pool. What is the address you need? Just configure 10.15.0.0/24. okay, then create, add, then click OK. So now create our address pool also. Just click 10.15.0.0/24. okay, then click OK. Then we need to propagate device. Yes, we need to propagate. Then just click create. So now we need to create our user VPN gateway. So it take around 30 minutes. We will just waiting for the 30 minutes completion. Okay, now you can see here our successfully created a VPN gateway. So what we needed to user VPN, just download the virtual hub user VPN profile. Just click download. Then after that you need to just click download the profile. So after download the profile, we need to import this profile in our client device. So whatever the client device needed to connect for your virtual machine in the Azure, we needed to configure this VPN configuration. So now you can see here, you can go for here, just extract all, double click. So here you can see your Azure VPN client, then VPN configure. So before we configure it, we need to go for our Microsoft App Store. Here you need to type your Azure VPN. So just to go for Azure VPN application. We already installed, that way is showing it. Otherwise you need to click and install. Okay, so just open. Then after that you just click plus import. So we need to go for, previously I will created, so just go for download, then open today, then Azure VPN, then open the configuration. After that we just save. So then just click connect. They will ask you to work on school account, continue, then enter your Microsoft Intra ID, user and password. Just paste your username, password, sign in, verify. They are trying to connecting. See, now the connection is successfully. You can see now the connection is successfully. So what we will do, we need to connect from my device to remote virtual network PC from our VM. Okay, so what I will do, I just minimize, then I will just go for our virtual machine, then I will take my virtual machine IP address. Yeah, I will take my private IP address for virtual machine, then I coming my laptop, desktop, then remote desktop connection, paste the computer username, then connect, enter the password of your virtual machine, click OK, then yes. Now the connection is completed. You can connect from your laptop to or your client device to your on-premise, the virtual network VM. Okay, we complete our hub configuration, VPN site configuration, and user VPN configuration, and virtual network connection. So now you understand how to we can configure the virtual WAN in the Azure portal. So now we complete all our tasks, task 1, task 2, task 3, 4 and 5. Finally we get the 6 also, the test connectivity. So now you understand how to we can configure the Azure Virtual WAN configuration in the Azure portal. how to we can do the site to site connection and point to site connection, and how to we can do the Azure VNet connection. So now I think you understand my video. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and support me. Thank you so much.